Okay, so in this scenario, I'm looking at playing She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, against Norman Osborn, Risky Business, and we're going to be using the deck Blue Crush from Turtles 04. So I haven't tried this yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing what it does. Maybe just a quick eyeball and see what the big things are. Suit Up, Finds, Hellcat, and Sidekick. So basically, it's we're looking at a Sidekick deck. Split personality can also be good to help find either one. So I'm going to play a bit of this blind, but at least knowing what the main focus of this will be. Now, let's have a look at this. Hostile Takeover, main scheme, Norman Osborn, 1 and 2. 2 and 3 for Expert, we're not doing Expert. Risky Business and Standard Encounter set, and the 1 modular is Goblin Gimmicks. Making no change there. Put the Criminal Enterprise environment into play. Shuffle the Encounter deck. Advance to stage 1B. So there we go. Criminal Enterprise is in with 2 Infamy. And this flipped over with 2 on it already. Hostile Takeover. 7 threat out. Norman Osborn holds a board meeting plotting to take over a branch of Stark Industries. When completed, place 1 Infamy counter per person or per player on Criminal Enterprise, then discard 1 card from each player's deck for each Infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise. Fine. I'll give that a shuffle. Here is our initial hand. And do I feel okay with that? I think I do. I'd like to get this out first. I think we might get rid of these guys. Get this into play. Mulligan that maybe, because we have a make the call if we need to use it. And that will confuse the villain. Maybe buying us another turn in... what am I trying to say? Another turn in alter ego form. So with that, let's mulligan these 2 guys and this. Oh, lovely. So we've got the Focus Rage, that's good. Limitless Stamina, ready up. Alright, so we'll start with turn 1. I'm going to use a Sidekick to pay for Unshakable. Your character gains Steady. Don't think there's much stunning or confusing in this particular instance, so maybe that's not the best play. But there's a couple of things I'd like to do here. But maybe I'll actually do exactly what I said. I'll use a make the call, pay the printed cost of an ally. I'm going to use the 1, 2, 3. We'll get rid of these 3. 3. That's the printed cost of Professor X. He comes into play. When he comes into play, we'll confuse the villain. Put that ally into play. Excellent. Alright. So with that then, I will use 3 here to bring this down. Now I could flip up, maybe. I suppose how heavy are we trying to build out? Well, we'll see. With that, we'll just go to the next phase. So part 1 goes on to this. He would then scheme, but he does not. So we get rid of the confuse. And then the next card, our encounter card, is, when revealed, on Norman Osborn, Mad Genius. Discard the top card of your deck for each Infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise. So there's 2 out there. 1, 2. All right. So, after shield attacks, discard superhuman strength to stun the attacked enemy. Blade is an interesting choice. I mean, we're not doing a whole lot of damage at this point. Anyway, I'll move on to turn 2. So Professor X leaves play, and in fact I could have objected to not allow this on, but in fact, you know what, let's retro do that in retrospect. When threat will be placed on a scheme, prevent 1 of that, so I'll actually prevent this from occurring originally. So, is it worth putting out a couple of these guys? I think it might be. I'm going to use Moxie to get Blade out, and then Ant-Man gets +1 hit points for each Pym counter on him. When Ant-Man enters play, place 1 Pym counter on him to a maximum of 4 for each resource you overpaid for him. I will put him into play, overpaying with a superhuman strength, which then gives him the Pym counter of 1, so 1 hit point. Then, when Norman Osborn would take any amount of damage, remove that many infamy counters here. What I will do is get Blade to hit for 2, which is going to remove 2 of the infamy counters, which flips this over to State of Madness. State of Madness enters play with 2 madness on it. If there are no madness counters here, flip Green Goblin and State of Madness. So this is going to flip them over now. So, when revealed, deal 3 indirect damage to each player in hero form. I am not in hero form. When Green Goblin would scheme, remove 1 madness encounter from State of Madness. Fine. I'll now flip over. Oh, and yeah, Blade's response, I'll use this to keep him in play. After Blade thwarts or attacks, choose to either spend a physical resource from your hand or discard Blade. I'll spend this to keep him in play. Then, when I flip over, do you even lift? After you change to this form, deal 2 damage to an enemy. 1, 2. Then I'll punch for another 3. 1, 2, 3. And I've got plenty of life, so I might just put another 2 damage out from Ant-Man. There we go. That does do 1 damage to him, which removes him from play. And I think we'll leave it with that. I'll go to the next villain phase. Excuse me. So part 1 goes on to this. He now attacks. I'll take the hit. So he's hitting for 1, 2, 3. Place 1 infamy counter on Criminal Enterprise. If you cannot remove 1 madness, we'll take 1 off of this. He hits me for 3. 1, 2, 3. And that is his attack done. With that, we'll then take an encounter card, Regenerative Healing. When revealed, the villain heals X damage, where X is equal to double the villain's stage number. So his stage number is 1, he heals 2. If no damage was healed this way, this card gains Surge. Not pertinent. So with that, we will go to turn 3. Now, suiting up. Draw, change your form. This is interesting. I could. What would I like to do? It's an alter ego action. I'd like to hold on to this. I don't think there's a way of playing. Well, maybe I could use this to get Depth Focus out. We've got these 2 guys. I can't afford that then. Right, so I would have to use these 3 to pay for split personality. Losing the suit up in the process. But maybe that's the right answer. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3. We'll play suit up. Or sorry, split personality. Change your form. Then draw up to your printed hand size. In this case, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. With that, I'm actually going to flip back and do you even lift for another 2 damage? I think maybe hitting with this might be the option. We could get Kalu out. Kalu plays for an event. I think we'll use the energy to bring out Kalu. Search the top 5 cards of your deck for an event. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent. And then that gets added to your hand. 5 cards to your deck. add it to your hand and shuffle the deck. Okay, so the one I'm going to take in this instance is going to be Earth's Mightiest Heroes, I think. And we'll throw these guys back in and shuffle. The reason I'm doing that is so we can attack for 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll use a sidekick to play for a 1-2 punch, which is after you make a basic attack, which we just did. Ready, She-Hulk. She's going to attack for another 3. 1, 2, 3. Kalu, Kalu attacks for 1, which will put him into the next stage, next villain. When revealed, deals 4 indirect, so we take 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I will use Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Exhaust an Avenger character you control, which in this case will be Blade. Excuse me. Oh, he should take a damage. I'm moving too fast. To ready another Avenger character, I'll ready She-Hulk. She's going to do another 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, I can't do anything with these guys. I might hold on to the Gamma Slam and I may get rid of this, which is fine. And now we'll go to the next villain phase. Part 1. 1 goes on to this. 2, he's going to attack me. Kalu's going to jump in the way. Though, if I take the hit... Yeah, Kalu will take it. Because I don't think we've enough power here to do our resources to play Gamma Slam. So it's 4 plus 1 is 5. That kills him. And then the next part we have our bad card, which is a Goblin Glider. Attach the enemy with the highest printed hit points and without another Goblin Glider attached. If you cannot, this card gains Surge. Spend 2 energy resources to discard this card. So that's there, done. And then we'll go to the villain, turn 4's hero phase. I'm tempted to use these 2 to get rid of that. Because it's not a huge problem, but it's not brilliant. Exhaust super and spend 1 mental. Yeah, I think that's the play. So let's do these 2 to get rid of that. Then I'll attack for a further 3. I'm going to flip down. Not much I can do here. I'm only just trying to get some thing back. So he's going to attack for 2. This will keep him in play with the physical resource, and I'll hold on to Gamma Slam. And with that, we'll call it the end of the hero phase. So how am I dealing with this? Part 1. 1 goes on to this. He would scheme, but when he does scheme, it would just remove a Madness encounter instead, which flips this over and then flips him back, putting 2 on this. Now, next part, this card comes into play. An acceleration token with Osborne Manufacturing Side Scheme. Despite objections from shareholders, Oscorp now exclusively produces military-grade weapons. When revealed, Norman Osborn placed 1 additional threat here. So it's got 2. We're on Norman Osborn, so an additional threat goes on there as well. And with that, we're on to turn number 5. So what can I do here? I think we've got it in this stage. We've got a couple of ready-ups in this place, so I don't even think we need Gamma Slam. So the first thing I'm going to do is, and do you know what? Again, forgetting this, I object. We'll take 1 off this. So he's going to hit for 2, taking 2 off this, and then he goes out of play, which flips over. Deal 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. And this flips over as well with 2. Now I've got 2 options, so I'm going to flip over first. I'm going to do even left for 2 damage. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, getting this into play. That's going to do X damage, which is the amount of damage I've sustained. I've sustained 11 damage. That's killing him instantly. Then I could do 3. And then I can ready up with one of these guys. Same thing. So I think we have it in this case. Let's play it out. So I've done the 2 hits by flipping over. I'm going to attack for 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use Gamma Slam, paying Genius, You Got This, and Moxie for 4. Deal X damage. That will be 11 damage to him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then we'll do a ready up with limited stamina, readying me up to a further 3. 1, 2, 3. And that is game. Nice and easy turn there for She-Hulk against Risky Business. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe.